Knee pain diet. Try intermittent fasting 3 days per week on the days where you're implementing Ben's techniques. Not only are you going to lose weight from it, but you also get a potential anti-inflammatory effect that comes as a result of being in a fasted state. Then you...
Five's all you get today. Bonus. Fasting and knee pain. The knee pain diet. I saw this come across my Instagram feed. Knees over toes guy and Thomas Delauer. Thomas Delauer has been somewhat controversial, to say the least, and there's lots of videos out there about him criticizing and or debunking a lot of the things he said. You guys feel free to go peruse that if you are so inclined. So I saw this video, and I've been dealing with knee pain since I was 12. I had Osgood-Schlatter's disease. I've had tendonitis issues, throughout my life since that. And I also fast a lot. I've got videos going back, probably 6 years now, 7 years about fasting. I haven't been fasting for 7 years straight, or intermittent fasting for 7 years straight, but I've done it for a year at a time before. I'm doing it now currently, intermittent fasting with a lot of extended fast sprinkles in there. So I'm going to speak purely anecdotally from my observations and what I've noticed with my personal knee pain and how it relates to fasting and or diet in general. The one thing I want to say about the video is, Delauer said, the days that you're doing Ben's programming, you should fast, and not only will you lose weight, but it'll help your knee pain. That's paraphrased. Fasting, intermittent fasting in and of itself does not cause weight loss. I want to be very clear about that. I have used intermittent fasting to bulk. Strict fasting window, strict eating window, and bulked because I consumed more calories than I was, putting out. Point blank period. We should all know that by now. There's no magical properties with fasting that is going to outweigh, thermodynamics. You can certainly bulk while intermittent fasting. But I used it to control a bulk because up to that point I had never bulked, slowly, if you will, or lean bulked. So I used intermittent fasting as a tool to control my calories to keep my bulk from getting out of control. I gained weight while intermittent fasting. That's the point I'm trying to make. Fasting in and of itself will not make you lose weight. As far as the knee pain and fasting, and there are some animal studies out there that suggest that fasting has benefits as far as anti-inflammation. Maybe there's a human study going on right now. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to say like I'm sure on it. What I've personally noticed, this is what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about studies. I don't want to talk about, getting deep diving into the science. For me, knee pain, the cold triggers it some. But it's mostly been, certain foods in particular, mainly bread, will make my knee pain flare up. I don't know that fasting in general has really had a big thing for me because, when I was intermittent fasting before, I never eliminated bread. I didn't really eliminate added sugars. And I didn't really notice a difference in my knee. When I lost weight, I did. Obviously, having less load on my knee every day certainly helps. But for me personally, it seemed that the kinds of foods I'm eating have more an effect on my knee pain than, fasting and any anti-inflammatory effects that may or may not come with fasting. So this round of intermittent fasting I've been doing now since March. And I'm not eating any breads or added sugar. Again, for weight loss, it's irrelevant. It's calories in, calories out. But it's just something I wanted to see for myself. The only added sugar I'm having, I take that back. I'm saying I'm not having any added sugar. I drink a Body Armor, a 90 calorie Body Armor intra workout, and it's got some added sugar in it. But otherwise, all my sugars are coming from fruits, and that's about it. And honey. So no processed sugar. I guess you could call this diet gluten-free since I'm not eating breads. I've had them. I have had, sweets and stuff on my cheat days, and it's something I noticed, especially last cheat day. As soon, it felt almost instantly, I started eating some biscuits and cookies and some bread and pizza, and it was, like an hour after I ate, my knee was just throbbing after I ate these things, and kind of set off my spidey senses. Like, fuck, man, I've never really been one for hippie dieting per se, but it just bing, like, it was, like I said, almost instant. I started eating some trash that included a lot of bread and sugar, and my knee started hurting. So as far as what they said in the video, I don't like how he said the thing kind of as an absolute. I really don't like that, especially the part about you'll lose weight. Because, like I said, just fasting in and of itself isn't going to make you lose weight. It's your diet, your dietary intake as a whole is going to determine long-term weight loss or not. But if it inspires you to try things, if you've dealt with certain pains or aches, and you want to try something and see, and that's what it's all about. Humans, we're mostly the same. There's a lot of things that are going to apply to me and you and everybody else, but there's these little minor things that actually, they might not be so minor, but you've got to find out for yourself. Because we are all different, even if it's 0.00001% different. There's a lot going on in that 0.00001%. And I just quickly, I'll touch on, because I wanted to talk mostly about the diet and stuff, because that's what I'm experienced with. The knees over toes guy stuff, I've not extensively done like any of his paid programming or anything, but I've taken some of his free stuff, especially the backward sled walks. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that those have certainly helped with my knee pain and making my knee feel stronger. Even before I started the weight loss, I was doing a lot of reverse sled drags and things like that. And it helped a lot in terms of my knee pain. So if knee pain is something y'all are dealing with, I would definitely look into Ben's stuff. Knees over toes guy, his exercises and things like that. I've not seen any of his paid for content, but a lot of the free stuff he puts out has been really helpful. And in terms of dieting and stuff, there may be foods that may or may not trigger your pain. You've got to find that out for yourself. And for me personally, it's been the types of foods more so than the fasting itself that has a direct effect on my knee pain flare-ups. Peace.